Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, and tonight we are going to start talking about the Taurus compatibility, starting right at the beginning with Taurus and Aries energy. And a sun sign combination, what I think is really delicious about this combination of energy is that they're natural, it's a natural male-female union. Taurus being ruled by Venus, Aries being ruled by Mars. It's Mars and Venus energy, that male-female energy coming together. Taurus is very sensual, and Aries is very, very attracted to that because Aries likes to watch the way a Taurus moves. They are fascinated by the fact that this strong, sturdy, steady kind of sign just moves very gracefully and very attractively. And so you can often find in Aries-Taurus relationship, you can find the Aries really watching the Taurus. It's actually very beautiful to watch if you can catch it. On the flip side, Taurus is absolutely attracted to the aggression and the assertion of the Aries because they're more, because Taurus tends to be such a steady, sturdy earth sign, they can handle a little bit more, rump and rumble. They can handle a little bit more firmness. So they are generally attracted to that fierce, action dominant kind of energy of an Aries when it comes to sun sign compatibility and there really being some love in here. So I really think this is a beautiful natural combination. They go well together. They don't usually, generally, they don't have to work hard to be together. The one thing is that Taurus can become overly possessive of Aries if Aries decides to assert too much independence. And quite inversely, if Taurus becomes too possessive, then Aries really wants to assert their independence. So if they can kind of learn somewhere in the middle that Aries is like, okay, I need to be able to have my independence, but not be so independent that I freak my Taurus out. And my Taurus is like, well, I need to, be possessive, but not so possessive that it makes them want to get away from me. Like, be excited that this person is mine or that we're spending time together. Then they find this really beautiful balance. My favorite part about this relationship is that it is two natural male-female energies coming together. And this means even if it is a same-sex couple, one person is usually carrying a heavier amount of the female or the male energy just in their natural space and auric field and their chakras. It's very beautiful when you see it come together. So the mix of these two energies coming half and half to make a whole, I just think is a fantastic combination. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, leave me any messages down below. If you are a Taurus and you are in a Taurus-Aries relationship, I would love to hear from you. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, and tonight talking about the Taurus-Taurus combination. Really delicious combination from a sun sign perspective because they're exactly alike. The thing that these two Venus-ruled signs just love and adore about each other, probably more than anything, is the loyalty that they have to each other. They both really disagree with infidelity. They don't care for that. But the other thing that they really have in common is that they like these little simple luxuries and pleasures, and they're very sensual and very decadent kind of pair. And they also love that where with some other signs, the Taurus stubbornness and possessiveness can kind of get in the way. But with these two signs, it actually kind of drives them mad for each other when one gets jealous of the other or one is possessive of the other, and it makes them want to pull more together. It can be really delicious. They do see problems because they are stubborn. So if they have differing opinions, they have to learn to agree to disagree because they're both so stubborn and they won't move from either of the ideas that they can have these battles of the wills that last for a fair amount of time. But the thing is the other reason that they can last so long is because usually once a Taurus makes up its mind about who it's going to be with, they're going to be with that person forever through whatever. So they don't mind being in, a 2-month fight, battle of the wills about one topic because they're not planning on leaving you anyway. To actually get a Taurus to leave is really amazing. Like you have really done something when you get a Taurus to leave you. So I think that this is one of those pairings that honestly, it's really one of those very sensuous, perfect pairings, match made in heaven kind of situations, if they can just learn to agree to a disagree. But they're both so similar that it just tickles them both to death to be just like each other. So that's the Taurus-Taurus combination. If you are in a Taurus-Taurus combination or you've experienced it, I would love to hear from you down below. Please definitely like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, click the button, hang out on the channel, many more videos to come. I would love to hang out with you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when we talk about the Taurus Gemini combo. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it's Stormie tonight talking about the Taurus-Gemini combo. And this is another one of those combinations when I see them come together, I just kind of go, why? Like, why would you do that to yourselves? Sun sign compatibility only. Let's keep that in mind. Because the thing is that Taurus is pretty sedate, pretty sensual, pretty steady, stable, and they just like to plod along, chew their grass, and let everything be pretty stable, right? Gemini is not like that. They are ruled by the twins, so Taurus never actually knows which twin they're going to be dealing with at any given time, which is a little bit too unpredictable for the Taurus nature. And it really gets them at a root level, and especially eventually, that root level shakes enough and the Taurus finally explodes. It's usually a big old mess. And Gemini likes to do things in a much more airy kind of way. You know what I mean? They're an air sign. Taurus is an earth sign. They like things to be rooted. They like to know not as necessarily what exactly is coming next, but that it's going to be pretty legit. You know what I mean? Whereas Gemini's like, I don't know, it could go any way and I'm going to be happy and I'm going to figure it out. The one thing I will say that I think that these signs do have in common with each other is that they both have a lot to give and they both have a lot to learn. And this pairing is one of those experiences that I think provides that. If you are a Taurus and you have experience being with a Gemini, you understand that this person does things in the world so much differently than you do, even if you're going for the exact same cause. If you've experienced that, and same if you're a Gemini dating a Taurus, is that it's not that one sign is bad or one sign is wrong or anything like that. It's just that they do these things completely differently. Now, one thing I can tell you in the sexual arena, Taurus and Gemini can actually be very, very exciting together. It can be very good because Gemini is down to be creative and Taurus is down to be thrown around and ravaged and all of that good business. So it's one of those pairings that long lasting, I just kind of go, maybe like a 1.5, honestly. I would say maybe a 2, but when it comes to being friends, too, this can also be a really, really interesting but passionate pairing as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we talk about Taurus pairing with one of my favorite pairings that they have is with a Cancer. Like, comment, and subscribe, and if you've been in a Taurus-Gemini relationship or you're in one now, I would love to hear from you. Put it down below. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, tonight. Obviously not at my house. I am up at school in Denver, so we're going to have a different setting for some of the videos here for the next week or so. But tonight we're going to talk about the pairing of the Cancer and Taurus energy. So delicious. One of my favorite pairings because I just think it is. They both vibrate with feminine energy. Taurus being ruled by Venus, Cancer being ruled by the moon. They both vibrate with this really delicious feminine energy. They're natural nurturers to each other. And it's great because Cancer fulfills the space of being the nurturer of like the emotions and things like that, where Taurus is very much so a nurturer and a spoiler in a material way. So that's a very nice coming together that can happen. And they are only 2 signs away from each other on the zodiac, so they do share an understanding and some really strong karmic ties together and tend to have a mutual understanding that is really, really great. The other thing I can tell you that I love about this pairing so much is that other zodiac signs or other people can watch this pairing or this couple together and go, gosh, that's very romantic. Is that really what it's like? Are they really like that? You know what I mean? It's almost this like green with envy a little bit kind of relationship because these 2 signs are happy to be perfectly fixated on their home and what's going on there and on each other. This is a sign that you can often catch staring at each other. They have a mutual admiration of each other, which is a really, really wonderful thing to see. And I think the other thing that is interesting to me is that Cancer is a water sign, Taurus is an earth sign, and the way I've heard it described before was so beautiful is that when a Cancer and a Taurus come together, it's so natural because the Cancer is meant to nurture a Taurus the way the rain was meant to take care of the earth. That is incredible. I think that's a beautiful way to put it. Now, the one thing that they do have to watch out in this relationship is that Taurus is not too insensitive with Cancer because even as a man, if you're in a relationship with a Cancer male, you may have this perception that males are tough and rocks and all of this stuff, and you find out that this man he may be physically, Cancers usually have beautiful, healthy, fit bodies, but he may be very, very soft and mushy on the inside, so you don't want to squish that Taurus. And then Cancer has to also be aware of not being so moody, because Taurus is very sturdy and very steady, and that Taurus energy is not going to put up with the mood swings for too long, you know what I mean? Or put up with Cancer trying to stay inside of their shell. So they have to work on communication, and they have to work on the sensitivity, but it's not hard. These two come into a natural balance with each other because they really do understand each other. So if you are in a Taurus Cancer relationship, or you have been in one, I would love to hear from you down below. And like, comment, and definitely subscribe. I would love to have you around the channel more often. So I'll see you tomorrow when we talk about Taurus and Leo. Bye. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, and tonight we're going to talk about the Taurus and Leo energy. Now, I want to tell you right out the bat, one thing I love about these two energies, sun sign perspective only, when they come together, is that they are both such dominant personalities that one does not overpower the other. And that's really nice, I think, when signs can or signs with big personalities can come into a place where they really kind of meet their match. So I really like that about this pairing. Now, I think that this pairing is an interesting experience to have together. I have not seen a lot of couples in long-term success with this sun sign specifically pairing. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, because as soon as I say that, 15 of you are going to tell me you've been married for 30 years, which I hope so. I love that for you. That's so great. Okay, but this pairing, I think, is sometimes really hard because they are both personalities. They are both big personalities. And then you have Taurus, who is ruled by love and money with Venus. And you have Leo, who is ruled by the sun, which is all about themselves. And they are all about themselves. Now, what makes them work together is that Taurus loves to give compliments and lavish their lover and give material things. And Leo is like, yes, please, come on some more with that. I totally like that. So it really is, they're both getting to do something in relationship and give and take in the relationship, something that they really, really enjoy. Now, what makes them, I think, not a great long-term compatibility is that they're both very, very ambitious, but they are ambitious in different ways. And the other thing is in this pairing, because Leo is all about themselves, really, really focus, guys, on the fact that I'm saying sun sign perspective only. And yes, there are some very selfless Leos. They come into that. But I'm saying just the nature of it is that Leo is about themselves, and Taurus is not so prone to being all about themselves, so they have a hard time understanding that. But then, so when they're coming to this ambitiousness and this fame and this fortune and all of this stuff, if Taurus gets more attention than the Leo doesn't like that, and it really does cause these underlying problems. If Leo's not the center of attention, it can really be a problem. And now when I'm talking about, too, how they have the same goals, but they're going about them differently, Taurus is really concerned with stability and security. And Leo does want that fame and fortune. So they both have these really big goals, and they have these really admirable goals, but they are going to go about them differently. So it's on, on 1 to 5 scale. I give these guys, honestly, about, I would say a 3, because it is workable. They can do it. I haven't seen a whole lot of these pairings stay together for long periods of times, but that's just in my experience. Now, if you have been in a Taurus and Leo pairing and you've been married for 35 years, you're the happiest people on the planet, I would love to hear from you, or whatever your experience is with this kind of pairing, because I love hearing from you guys. So leave your comments down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, please, and thank you. And I will see you tomorrow when we talk about a Taurus and a Virgo, 2 earth signs. Whew. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, and tonight we are talking about the Taurus and Virgo pairing and energy. And one thing that I think is really interesting about these two is that because they are both earth signs, they are like the slow and steadiers. Now, one thing I can say consistently about this sign is that because they are earth signs and they have this assumption of slow and steadiers, that they don't always start off slow and steady. It's not always like that. I have seen plenty of Taurus and Virgo relationships where they knew each other for 4 days and they went on ahead and got together and have been together. But I think that that can really be attributed to that as earth signs are not going to move in a direction of something they don't think they can invest long term in. So it's almost like this pairing meets each other. They're both extremely practical. Taurus thinks that Virgo's mind is absolutely fascinating, sometimes too critical, but fascinating nonetheless. And Virgo tends to really enjoy Taurus's loyalty and their physical strength. I think that's something I found really funny in watching the Taurus Virgo pairs is that the Taurus tends to be really strong, even if it's, you know, the female or whatever, and she's smaller than the male. They tend to be very strong, and Virgo really thinks that that's hot, so that's a good deal. So one thing I think that they can really say is that these two get together, and they get together generally for the long haul. And it's been described as like a train or something moving on its own power, because these two are so into each other and into what they're doing and into the long-term success of what they've got going on that they really can propel themselves forward and go just fine. Now, the hard parts of this are Taurus is not generally super sensitive, but Virgo can be so analytical and critical that they can turn a Taurus sensitive, and Taurus can just finally have enough and explode, and then once the bull is ready to charge, then it's kind of game off. So the nice thing is, though, because they're similar in nature, they can usually understand each other and can grow together. So this is one of those pairings that honestly, practicality wise, they're going to be just absolutely delicious together. I do know from hearing from experience and from experiencing myself, these two tend to be good partners sexually as well, because they're similar in nature in that sense as well. So if you've ever been in a Taurus or a Virgo pairing, or you're in one now, I would love to hear all about that jazz. Leave it down below. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we talk about another of my favorites, Taurus and Libra. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie. So, sorry, I'm on the move right now, but today we're going to talk about the pairing between Taurus and Libra energy, and I love this energy. They are both ruled by the planet Venus, which makes them a natural karmic kind of coming together. It's almost like two halves come together. Not the same way that Taurus does with their opposite Scorpio, but in a way where they both love art and poetry and beautiful things, and these are both usually beautiful people. They do generally start off kind of slow, but they have an admiration for each other that is almost just mind-blowing. When they come together, Libra is so charming, and Taurus is open to be charmed, and Libra finds the strength and loyalty of Taurus just absolutely charming and delicious together. This is one of those pairings, like 1 to 5, I would definitely give it a 5, and this is sun sign compatibility only. The one thing they do have to watch out is that Taurus is not going to have too much of this, everybody likes my Libra. They don't like that too much. At the same time, they really do. So Taurus has to watch out not to be so possessive and jealous, and Libra has to not give Taurus any reason to be so. If you've been in a Taurus or a Libra relationship, I would love to hear from you. Put it down below in the comments. like, comment, and subscribe. Woo, sorry, I lost the light. And I will see you guys a little bit later today when we move right along with the Taurus compatibilities. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, basically roaming this hotel recording video. So right now I'm going to cover the Taurus and Scorpio energy. This energy is really delicious when it comes together because they are exact opposites from each other. So when they come together, it's two halves of the same whole. They kind of make that full picture. Yeah, sorry, I'm at a hotel. There's lots of people in the picture. So when they come together, it is this half and half. And the thing about these two that I really like is that there is so much passion between a Taurus and a Scorpio when they come together. I mean, ask any Taurus who's been with a Scorpio or a Scorpio with a Taurus. They know how to push each other's buttons. But if it's your other half, like, you really know how to do that. And they do work in opposition to each other. So when they finally can come together and work as a team, it is absolutely delicious. But the thing is this opposition that they have from each other is exactly what attracts them to each other. It's really, I was married to a Scorpio, and it was absolutely the most intense thing ever. And it was wonderful and horrible and great all at the same time. It's one of those things, though, too, that Scorpio, being ruled by a planet that is all about passion and power and those kinds of things, they need that kind of, that flusteredness, that passionate information and sharing and exchange going on. And Taurus needs to feel secure, and Scorpio is secure. You know, once they're there, they're there. They may give you hell and take you for the ride of your life while you're there, but they are there. And so it really makes these two a really natural coming together. Now, they do have to be careful because both of these signs can be very jealous and controlling of each other. More so, Scorpio tries to get away with the control, but Taurus has their own possessive way, especially when Scorpio is being all deep and mysterious and doesn't feel like sharing information because they're, you know what I mean? Those kinds of things. can definitely come up here. But the other part of that is when one of them is jealous, it usually turns the other one on. So it's kind of an exciting little cat and mouse game between these signs. I think it's an absolutely fantastic one, even to experience. And yes, long term. I have seen plenty of these be long term. So I definitely give this 4.5, 5-ish kind of energy. All right, if you've ever been in a Taurus or a Scorpio relationship, Taurus-Scorpio relationship, leave your messages down below. I would love to hear from you, and definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow when we just keep moving along and hit Sagittarius. Bye guys. Maybe. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie. So today we are talking about the Taurus Sagittarius energy. And this is another one of those pairings, honestly, when it comes together, I just kind of go, why? Why are you doing this? But sun sign compatibility only. The challenge for these two is that Sagittarius is a fire sign, and they're adventurers and they're philosophers, and they like to go and they like to be independent. They don't want to stay held down. They want to do and see the next thing, the next great thing, and they want to participate in that. And Taurus is like, I don't understand. Why can't we be excited about the house? Can we be excited at the house? You know what I mean? Like, they want to be steady and secure. And Taurus is an earth sign, not highly movable. They don't always want to just pop off and go find the next best thing. They're perfectly happy to nurture exactly what they have. Now, the one thing that I can say when these two come together in the beginning, for sure, it can be very hot and steamy because they are so different that it's like, oh my God, I got to get some of that. You know what I mean? It can be very exciting. And long-term wise, not a whole lot really, because they have particular ways of moving through the world and particular kinds of energies that really don't make them sun sign compatibility wise in sync to be long term. But this is definitely an experience I think every Taurus and every Sag should have in their lifetime, because it's one that you won't forget. And the Sagittarius aloofness and kind of, it's all right, it'll all work out, is not, Taurus is not about that. And Sagittarius is not about Taurus's stubbornness and their, this is the way it is kind of attitude and mind frame. So not 1 to 5. I would not give it even a 2, but I think it's definitely an experience that people should not miss out on. So if you've been in a Taurus Sagittarius relationship or had that experience, I would love to hear from you. Put it down below. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow when we do Capricorn. Bye guys.
Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, and tonight we are talking about the Taurus and the Capricorn energy. Now, this is energy that I really do like. They're both earth signs, so they have some very common understandings of each other, but really these two are very different at their core. So because they are both earth signs and because they are both kind of different at that core level, they do have to be careful that things don't go stale, but they don't have to be as careful as other signs because they really do have that common understanding. So it's like, what I think is fun about this pairing is that the Capricorn is usually the one being like, okay, let's do it, let's achieve, let's get this goal, let's get this money. You know what I mean? And Taurus is like, okay, I mean, if you want to get money, I will support you while you get money and I'll make the house pretty. I'm not really too hot about going to get money, but I will totally support us getting money. You know what I mean? And Capricorn, it's funny because Capricorn can be like, gosh, why is Taurus so lazy? Why doesn't Taurus want to get this money with me? And Taurus can be like, why is Capricorn so, why can't he relax? Why can't she relax? Why can't they just kind of come down and enjoy this beautiful space I've created? But for the most part, while you have this one going, come on, come on, come on, hurry up, and you have the other one going, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, that's what makes them different at their core, but it also makes them really attractive to each other. These signs tend to really be drawn to each other through mutual admiration. They think that the other one really is strong and beautiful, and that's a wonderful thing to see. One thing I can say too that I know I've had plenty of people express to me is that Taurus and Capricorn, sex-wise or in that kind of intimate setting, is very deep because neither of them are really risk takers in the sense of like love. Taurus is more willing to be more emotionally vulnerable than Capricorn normally is, and Capricorn is usually more willing to be more financially vulnerable. But when these two come together in this intimate setting, they're not all over the map or anything like that. They can be as adventurous and as free as they want to be with each other, but they just are very solid, and so it can be very solid and sexy and intimate with each other. So this is a pairing that I got to tell you, on that 1 to 5 kind of scale, I definitely give this one a 4.5, because I really do like this pairing together. They tend to be kind of the power couples, I think, is what I really think of when I see these signs together. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we talk about Taurus and Aquarius. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, and tonight we are going to talk about the Taurus and Aquarius energy. And really, when we put these two together, this is definitely, as a Taurus, some energy that when we put it together, I go, oh, I mean, just why? It is really, it's like, no thank you. No thank you kind of energy. Now, I know that there are Taurus and Aquarius relationships happily existing out there. It is just one that as a Taurus, I have been here and I'm like, no, thank you, just no. And I want to be clear that this is, first of all, we're going to talk about sun sign compatibility only, and two, Aquarius is an absolutely beautiful sign. These two energies are just made completely differently, and while they appear to be made completely differently, where they become really magnetic and magnificent is in a business sense. These make excellent business partners because they can move mountains. But we're talking about romance. And in romance, Taurus has a very down-to-earth, practical kind of way about things, which is completely left field from what unconventional Aquarius has got going on, right? And this is the thing, like really, when it comes to in a business sense, they can go, I don't really understand how you got there or you arrived there, but I can kind of get on board. Like there's more of a willingness to kind of surrender to the getting on boardness to get the job done and succeed. In a relationship, Taurus gets very stubborn. They start digging their heels in and they're like, absolutely not. That is too much. I'm not doing that. We're not going that way. And Aquarius is like, they get stubborn in their own way because they're like, fine, I'm going to be super independent and you are not going to like that. And that's another big thing here because Aquarius can be so independent that they don't mean to seem cold and they don't mean to be cold, but they are, one, an air sign, which is a very unemotional element. You know, the air signs don't hold that super, super high. The other thing is that because of that, they can also feel a little bit cold, and Taurus is not going to put up with being, with that feeling of feeling cold or feeling not cherished and adored and loved and spoiled and all of those kinds of things. So this is a pairing that is absolutely hard on the scale of 1 to 5. I definitely give it like a 1, if that. These are just really, really hard. But I think that they are also another set of sun sign compatibility experiences that are very good. I learned a lot from getting to interact in a romantic fashion with an Aquarius, and it helped me think a little bit differently. It didn't help me think different enough to make it last, but it was definitely good learning. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow when we finish up with Taurus and Pisces. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it's me, Stormie, and today we are finishing up the Taurus compatibilities and combinations, and so we are doing Taurus and Pisces energy. And generally when these two come together, it's a pretty good little union. They're a couple positions away from each other on the zodiac, and when signs are just a couple apart, they really do have these karmic kind of ties and these ease with which they can kind of understand each other and get through things. And this is really a very lovely couple because Pisces is very idealistic and very dreamy. I mean, they share Neptune as a ruler along with Jupiter, so it's very lucky and it's idealistic. And, you know, Neptune is like, let's just all have a hug. It's all okay, you know, and that's very much so the Pisces way. And being a water sign, it's like still waters run deep, though, because Pisces is very deep and they're not just one big solid sense of illusion, although they really can be very blissful like that. Meanwhile, Taurus is much more grounded and steady and practical and going, well, we have to look at the reality of things. So that is one thing that makes it so these combinations have a lot to learn from each other and with each other, and it can be two halves of a whole, really, depending on it. Now, it's also the thing that can make it great for them to learn from each other is the thing that's also their downside, because they really can get wrapped up in the illusion of what's happening between each other and what's going on in the relationship to where it's not firmly grounded in reality. Now, Taurus being ruled by Venus and the planet of love and romance, they absolutely are usually taken with a Pisces because Pisces is very romantic and they just have a very whimsical, magical kind of feel to them, and that's very attractive to Taurus. So I think when I really look at this on the scale to 1 to 5, I definitely give this union about a 3. They're right in the middle for my kind of taste. if you've been in a Pisces-Taurus relationship, or if you're in one now, I would absolutely love to hear from you, because it's one of those pairings that it's like I kind of see it, and I don't have a deep guttural or visceral reaction to it. I just think, oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice energy. This is nice energy. So if you've been in one of those relationships, or you are in one, leave it down below. I would love to hear from you. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow when we get started on the Gemini combinations. Bye, guys.